So today, what I thought we would do is we would look at all of the sticks, the watercolor sticks. I was just in San Diego. We were at the San Diego Watercolor Society, which is fabulous. We met Gabriel there, Joseph Zubudovic, and also Alvaro Castanet. And it was wonderful to see everybody. And we gave everybody a stick at the society. There was a lot of questions. One is always, how do I draw with it? And it's you certainly can draw with it, but that's not the main use of the stick. It's both a creative tool. It's a pen in your hand, essentially, that you can use in any way that you like. And so I've asked Giovani, Rajat, Mark, Rick, all of the brand ambassadors that are on today, if they would show you how they hold it, how they use it, and then we'll look at their artwork. If you have artwork and you use the stick, would love to see how you use it. It is a really very interesting tool. So with that, and behind me, I brought all of the colors. So if there's a color you wanted to see, I'll have it, and we can look at that color. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll begin. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one over here and put this one down. So Giovani, why don't we start with you? Can you show the viewers how you use the stick, how you hold the stick?
Okay, John, thank you. Okay, this is my okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, this is my fabulous core mixing set. Thank you, John. Thank you, Catherine, for this opportunity. This is all the information, and my selection color is cobalt blue, alpha yellow medium, quinacridone color, phthalo green yellow shade, lamb black. The sticks is very versatile tools, and remember, is not a drawing pen, is not a pastel wax pastel, but it's very versatile tool because it's very intensive color. I select this color because it's a monopigment. It's very central for the all the primary shade, and I create, for example, today during the Zoom this tiny image for my last painting, glass balls. This is real. And I selected the three color and I use directly on my ceramic palette on wet. Please apply with dropper, the water, a few drop of water. And I create my dilution in this case, or take the color is my preferred way. Take directly from the sticks and apply in the water. Perfect quantity for my shade. For example, now I take this before and create my perfect shade. The color with stick is very directly, it's very intensive. There's a little part of gamma arabic inside and water. It's very intensive. And create my shade. But the many possibilities for insert the sticks in the similar art pen. In this case, for example, I created this similar shade, cutting the three sticks similar and create my directly mixing with the part of the sticks and created my direct mix. I decided to put my more yellow and more blue, more color, or the way, but it is this way is better for Rajat. is take directly from the sticks and create my mixing. I prefer the sticks for kid, for example, the grisaille of all my painting. Oops, in this case, before the lamp black, because the sticks is very intensive. In this case, I created the grisaille similar to the ball, blue, yellow, and queen coral, and apply the sticks in this part for create the directly brown and the lamp black for the first layer of my background, for example, for my dark. And continues with lamp black directly for applying more dark. I prefer this method, John, because it is different for me from the tubes and the half pen. The stick is very intensive. And apply in this mode. Or decided to arrive near the red. This selection is very versatile for creating all the primary mixing shades. And another way, for example, for using my sticks is the white, for example, the titanium white is not present in my set, but is a more important for me. When I created a point of light in this case, in the left, I use the masking fluid, but I created the hole in the titanium white sticks with my tiny brush. It's 00 number, and create the point. Now, I little zoom, sorry. Okay. And create the point of light, for example, now on this part. And continues with the blue on this way. And when I use for example, the liner or rigger brush, it's possible to take the color in the sticks. Yes, it's possible. When I make the line inside on the top and use the liner brush in this way for take the color and apply. It's very versatile tools. Okay, and continues with black. And when I hand in my paintings, usually I use my set for create the detailing directly with my tiny brush. Detailing, take my color and mixing, not in my finger. I usually, my finger is not good, but I take and mix it directly on the paper and create the micro detailing, for example, mixing directly for create the shade. Oops, sorry. It's okay. And create my long way. Usually in John, I use one half stick for create the full imperial side background. I use half for create 20 layers of black.
Okay.
It's very versatile. Okay, I continue in many ways. Okay, I continue after. Thank you.
Thank you, Giovanni.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you,
And
John.
so you're very welcome. And so Rajat, how about you? Can you show everybody how you hold the sticks? And don't try to put 20 of them in your hand, a reasonable number, like, 6 or 7 or 8.
No,
Yeah. So thank you, John. I do hold like this, so that's the pan, that's the palette for me. So I do mix colors over here. I mix the colors with this like this way, because while using the sticks, I don't use palette. I mostly use with a lemon yellow to chrome yellow. So all the colors over here. And these colors are, of course, these are so dried, and it's so, as Giovanni was also saying this thing, one should not try this thing with a drawing, because it might hamper the paper fiber. Sometimes if you draw with this thing, paper might get tear. So it is something like, if I show you, this is the work which I was doing. So it is like, so I mix the color like, it's a very tedious job, which it took such long time. So I mix it like this way. To create this particular, this is the visual. So the path, it's a bird's eye view of a subject. A guy is going with in his shoulder. He could be a food seller. So this is how. So just I was working on this thing. So my main thing is, like, I do mix colors with each like this and use on my paper. So, and it's a very interesting, very interesting, because predominantly, mostly I'm using all my paintings on a sticks only. So thank you, John, for giving me this opportunity to display like this thing.
Rajat.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
So next, I'd like to ask Carolyn.
Caroline, your mic is on mute. You're muted. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Here, 2 of you. How about now? Now, nothing. Okay.
Is that better?
That's perfect.
Excellent. So thank you, Catherine and John. I'm one of the 4 ambassadors that got to have a selection of sticks. And I've been playing enormously with them because I've really enjoyed the journey. You can see how messy my sticks are, because I treat them like a palette in themselves. The little carrier that they come in is something that is versatile. It also helps to put that sticky, wet stick somewhere and not everywhere. And it also can be treated like a little palette. So I can actually dip straight into my little palette here and literally paint straight away onto my page. Or something I really like to do is a bit like Giovani, is I take a mine's a plastic one, not a porcelain one, but take a little palette, and this one is perfect size because it is my 5 colors, so it's a 5 color palette, and that helps me to sort of have them all ready to go. And from the colors, I can literally dip my stick in some water. So this is a wet dipstick, and I can put it onto my palette, and I can make myself a nice little puddle of really rich pigment because it comes off instantly from the stick. It just melts instantly, which is fantastic. And from that, with this kind of palette, I can actually then take it out here and dilute it so it's not as rich for my first wash. So I'm able to use the palette as a tool also to help me have different depths of pigment in my first wash. So quite fascinating to actually do use the palette, I should say, as a part of the tool with the sticks. But if I'm traveling, it comes down to these. It comes down to literally, they're great to put in your purse, your handbag, or in a small art kit, and they're instantly like having a palette with you. I can take lots and lots of colors away with me without having the wet tubes or the issue of leaking tubes, or if I want to have them upstairs in the cabin to paint while I'm on a long haul flight, I don't have a liquid issue because I've got sticks. So that's fantastic for me to have. But predominantly, even though it's not recommended to draw with them, you can't draw with a dry stick because ultimately you just get a scratchy sort of look, and it can damage the paper, as Rajat suggested. But if you dip the stick and make the stick actually slightly damp, you can literally draw with a damp stick because the pigment is so soft, it melts instantly. And I like the idea of drawing with a wet stick in some of my work because it leaves a new, unique mark. And it reminds me of some of the watercolor drawing lithography that Picasso did when I see marks in my page from a wet stick. So I'm excited to explore how he made those marks. And I have this wonderful stick set to explore that mark making. So a little bit different, but also very much the same as the guys, that we all love our sticks and they're pure pigment and they dilute so instantly. And it's like a pan in your hand.
Thank you, Caroline. Okay.
Carolyn, you rightly said it's so easy to solute with water. The moment you dip
Yes.
it immediately, and it is ideal for traveling and even for the plein air also, because the range of colors and plein air, you don't have to rub your brush to the colors, just dab it on a stick and the color immediately comes out in your brush.
Exactly.
It's an excellent experience. I mean, I'm sure all of us is having the same.
Okay.
It's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Sabina, how about you?
Hi, everybody. And it's exactly what Caroline said. It's a pen in your hand. And I love to draw them with the pencil like Giovani. And if you are a painter at home, you can have it and use it like a palette. And when you are on travels, you can get them with you. You don't need so much place. And I'm a nurse. I have cut them and took it in a blister. And so I have a little palette in my little box. And so you have on the smallest place, you can have it. I love them very much. It's very much pigment, and it's like the pen in your hand. You see, I draw it with the pencil. You can draw it with the water pencil. The urban sketcher can use it, and I think I always take them with me when I'm traveling. So you don't need a big palette, and you can use it all. I love them very much. It's a very big color, and it don't need so much place like a tube.
Sabine, can
Yes.
you please show your palette again? Your little one, your nurse's palette?
Yes, that's my palette.
That is so awesome.
I cut them. I cut
So
them
cool.
with the
With a razor.
scalpel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that, Sabine.
And so you can took it out and you can paint with them. I love it.
That's perfect idea.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Sabina. Angela, how
You're
about you?
welcome.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, perfectly.
So I like to use these sticks because, as you have all said, they are so practical. Can you focus on the work on the other camera?
The other camera, Angela, is not up, so we're only showing this camera now.
Ah, you cannot see the other camera?
Yeah, it's not logged in yet.
Ah, how strange. Okay.
Or maybe we could have John Basnik message he's ready, and then we could come back to Angela.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
That's good.
Okay, Basnik. There you go, Basnik.
Hi everyone. You
Hello,
all
Basnik.
hear me?
We can see your colors.
Do you hear me?
Yep, perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, great. First of all, I want to thank John and Catherine for doing this amazing set, chosen these 5 colors, which are buff titanium, green, burnt orange, undersea green, moon glow, and carbazole violet. Thanks a lot. It's an amazing set. Here, all of the users, they have many infos here for these colors. I prepared some of the mixes that I did with these beautiful colors. So I can speak a little bit for, here I mixed buff titanium with carbazole violet. As you can see, written. Yeah, I will share this after. And also I prepared some of the paintings that I did with the set. I also added, here I added blue for the sky. We'll do it very fast. This one, mainly painted with the sticks. This one, which is in the cover of the set. This one. I strongly recommend it while traveling. Most of the time I paint with the sticks. And for making this kind of textures, for example, here I have used the neutral tint as black and gray tones. And then while it was wet, I used only buff titanium to make it a little bit like concrete looking. I just draw on top of that while it was dry. Gio and all of the other brand ambassadors explained it very well. I recommend to use it as they proposed. But what I also did, I cut them. So if you put let's say like 5 or 10 sticks, you will have double colors if you do this, which is very practical. And you just use the brush. You have 2 colors in one stick. I cut them and join them with a sticking tape. So it's very easy to use. I will just, most of the time when I use them, I do it like Gio and Rajat and Caroline. You can use it like this directly as a pigment, or as I said, you can paint with water and then make some interesting structure. You can use it like this. So yeah, they are really, really practical to use. So as I said, you have 2 colors here. One stick that I cut and join them.
Basnik, that is extremely good technology which you have done. Both the colors combined together.
Yeah, especially for you, because I see you are suffering
Yeah.
putting 22. So now you can put only 10 and use
Okay,
this side and this
or
side.
it could be another way, like I could hold another 20 in my hand.
Yeah, and as all of you guys said, you cannot draw while it is dry. Actually, in this hot press paper, I can draw, which is fine. No structure at all. I can draw few lines, but when the paper is cold pressed, which has a structure, it's a little bit not so easy maybe to say. Yeah, of course, when you wet it, you will get much finer lines or more bolder lines because it has so much pigment in it, so it can make different structure. And yes, I strongly recommend for artists and sketchers or anyone who uses Giovani while traveling. It's very, very practical to use. So this was it all.
I really like your double-sided colors. That's a really clever idea. You can travel with so many more colors if you do that.
Yeah,
and
practical, huh?
So good.
So, like this. Thanks, John, and everyone for listening.
You are so welcome. So I saw a question on Facebook, and it was, are the sticks like the pans? So we have 3 different, put this up so I can see you and you see me. We have the tubes, and we have the sticks, and we have the pans, and they're all the same binder. They're all the same pigment. They're all mixable with each other backwards and forwards. The only difference, and Giovanni's showing 2 of them, the only difference is the amount of water. The pans have the least amount of water, and they're the most concentrated. The next is the sticks. The sticks have very little water and just a lot of pigment to be able to hold them together. And then there's the tubes. The tubes have more water. So it's only a difference in water. I've seen people buy the pans and they'll just push a brush right into them. That's fine, we'll make more, but you don't need to do that. You can actually just take a light brush and touch the pans, and it'll take off a huge amount of pigment. Same thing with the sticks. There are no waxes in the sticks. It's just pigment and gum arabic. So they're all very interchangeable with each other. Thank you all for showing those. And
I see Buffy's table ready, John.
okay. Thank you, Giovanni. Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Buffy.
So I'm a little obsessive about organizing, and I like to repurpose things. And I just wanted to share kind of different ways you can display or use your sticks because they're very beautiful. These are acrylic lipstick holders. This is a Jackson's marker roll. And
Wow.
this is really nice if you would love to paint like Giovani or Rajat, but you're very messy like me. You can have them sitting there and paint with them the same way, but not have them in your hand, you know, painting. The little packs you can break off. It breaks off so you can have little tiny pieces to take with you everywhere. Another fun thing are these are called flower frogs, and you can find them in antique stores, and the sticks just so happen to fit super cute. One last thing is you can cut them and set them right into your palette if you have the full pan or the half pans. And to be honest, I don't see a difference at all between tube or stick. When I paint with it, I use the sticks exactly. They just intermingle into all my paintings, because when I'm going to grab a color, if I have the sticks closer, I'll just use them. And the way that I paint is I use ramekins for mixing. So I just get it wet and stir it up, and then there's my paint that I'll use. So what I'll do is I'll stick the stick in with a little bit of water, and I'll just stir it, and it's nice because I can check how pigmented it is and stir a little bit more and get it more and more pigmented till I have it just right. So most of the time I paint with these, and I mix up the colors, and then I pour and paint away. So anyways, they're just so neat how you can use them just like you do your tubes, but look at how it's like they were saying earlier, the other brand ambassadors, you can travel with these, you can take them, you can cut them up. Like this is my share case for classes. So all the students can grab a piece and play with them and try them out. And then for mark making, like Caroline was saying, what I'll do is I'll cut it at an angle with a razor blade. And that way I have the blunt end for pulling paint and then the angle end for mark making. So yeah, I just wanted to share you my little stick obsession here.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
And
That's a
John, we now
beautiful way
have,
to display, Buffy. Yeah, yeah.
it's like a buffet of watercolor sticks. It is a
It
buffet.
is.
Like
The
Smarties.
wrap is fantastic because the wrap is like a pen in your hand without holding them all. That's really
Absolutely.
Which
Wonderful.
one?
cool.
The
The
black one.
wrap, pencil wrap.
Oh.
That's really
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's so easy, you know, if you want to take your stick out and get, you know, get more detail
Put
with
it
it, but
back,
it's
yeah.
really nice. You can just set it up.
Buffy, was that a brush wrap?
This is actually by Jackson's Art in the UK, and I believe it's called a marker roll. So it's made for marker pens.
A marker
And
roll. Okay.
Yep, and I just find it perfect for the little Daniel Smith sticks because it lets it stand back up. Let me roll it back up. And it'll just sit there.
Yeah,
For you
that's
to
splendid.
for you to paint
That's
off
really
of.
cool.
So you can sit there and do your painting. And it's just so neat because, I mean, to me, they're just so wonderfully pigmented. And depending on where you're buying your Daniel Smith products, oftentimes the sticks are more affordable than buying the tube. The tube might be like US $15, $16, and the stick might only be $9. So it's a very economical substitute as well. But I just love how versatile they are. And if I had to say my three favorite go-tos would be the titanium white, the cobalt teal, and the raw sienna or the yellow ochre, because these just are so beautiful for splattering into your wet washes. It's
Nice choice.
Oh, and if you have to get just one, you got to get the electric blue because this color is magic. I think we all love electric blue because watered down, it makes the most perfect sky color. And then in more heavy pigment, it sparkles and shines. So thank you so much for letting me share, you guys.
John, we now have Angela's camera ready.
Okay.
And then we also have, I saw Gabriel getting ready.
Hi, John and everybody. Yes,
Hello,
we're
Angela.
playing with the colors. And actually, these sticks are almost like tubes, you know. You can make them very concentrated or very light. I love them. Here I use these moon glow, very atmospheric moon glow. But here with the I wetted the stick in the water, and as I don't know if it was Rajat or Caroline said, they melt so easily. They are just so good to draw even, but to draw on wet more than on dry. And then you can splatter. I love the effects that they do. And well, I thank you, Buffy, for sharing how you store them, because there was a question in Facebook about, there was someone, I cannot remember his name, but he said, I love the sticks, but I have a problem about storing them. So
Chris.
I think, yes, you have provided lots of possibilities. And yes, I mean, I cannot recommend them more. This is one of my favorite colors. This is the lavender. It is really, really beautiful. And just a little of it, and it shines. Look how it shines. It is so powerful. And now I'm using it directly from the tube. There are so many ways of using them. You've seen a few, and you'll be seeing more. So thank you very much for producing them, John, and because it's so easy to carry them when we travel, as other people have said, and very easy to share with others. I can give them, when somebody likes a color, I can give them a piece of my stick or my whole stick, but you can divide one stick into many pieces. So thanks again.
That's awesome, Angela.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Fantastic.
I just saw Gabriel's camera ready. Are you there, Gabriel? Trying to message him. Oh, he may be disconnected. Yeah, it seems like he's disconnected.
Okay. All right. Well, I can show mine until he comes back on again. So these are just ones that I've been playing with. So this, for example, is the Pyrrole Orange. And Pyrrole Orange just into wet. And this is Pyrrole Orange off the brush. This is just doing marks with it. And this is the lavender that you've seen, the Pyrrole Orange. Look that up. It's better, but lift it up. And then this one right here is the Cobalt Teal Blue. And I have two Phthalos. This is the Phthalo Blue Red shade. Hands Yellow Deep. This is the Phthalo Turquoise. The Permanent Light Green. And this is the one that Buffy was just talking about, which is the iridescent. So just like each brand ambassador was talking about, you can take as much off of the stick as you wish, or as little as you wish to take off the stick. The price point, they are less than a series one. It wasn't, I wanted them to be less than a series one. It just, when I was thinking, when we had the store and I saw that there were oil sticks for oil color artists, and there were pastel sticks for the pastel artists, and there was nothing for the watercolor artists, I thought, well, you know, we could come up with something that would be a stick, would be in their hand. They could be creative with it. They could use it as taking the paint off the end. And so that's how we came out with the watercolor sticks. I think they're a great addition.
John, can I ask a question about the lavender?
Sure.
I know that that color is sort of in a lavender flower, but I don't see the lavender in it. I just ordered it. Why is it called lavender? What makes it the color that it is? Because it looks blue.
So it looks lavender here. So it looks blue to you? I don't know if
If
I
you
lost
put cerulean next to that, she'll see that it's not blue at all. It
Oh,
is very
Not
much on the,
really. Yeah.
it may be just the camera deceiving.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
maybe because of the lighting, because the lavenders, the blues are different. Like, doesn't gel with the blue because there's a lot of difference between blue and lavender.
If I could put a blue, I'll put an ultramarine next to it.
The lavender actually has a violet in the mix.
Now, Giovanni, yours looks very lavender.
Camera
I think it's just different cameras. Yeah, because mine's exactly like Giovanni's. Well, mine's even a little lighter than his.
Yeah, I see it. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's the cameras, they have mine anyway, has a little brain of its own, and there's certain colors it likes, and there's certain colors it tries to automatically fix for whatever reason. Little hard.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons that we have the dot cards. And the dot cards are, once you touch them with water, you'll absolutely see what the color is. And it just makes it so much easier than even when we do the prints for the brochures, they can get close, but there's just
Yes.
no, especially to an artist. I mean, there's just no way to get it where it looks like the real color.
Yeah, because that's ink on paper and we're talking about pigment.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Yep.
However, I must point out that washed lavender skies are exceptionally beautiful, and often we see lavender skies in Australia.
Well, here we never see
Australia
them.
seems to be the land of skies. Beautiful, beautiful skies.
So I see that Gabriel's ready.
Hmm?
Let's look at Gabriel.
Log back in. Okay, there.
Yeah, so sometimes I don't have like a tube of white. I'm making some little sheep in my little painting here, and there's this little nifty little way you can build up some whites upon here. And I can add these little things of white and then give my little sheep a little shadow over here. And the other thing I like is the permatex are sticks as well. So we got Piedmont Tight and we have Sodalite Genuine. And I can dip these like in my water. And now I can do some splattering over here on this ridge where I need this to look like rocks. And so I'm just splattering in some, and then I can now get in here and do some dry brushing, building up some of this wonderful rocks and whatnot in here. And yeah, sometimes I'll do a little stamping, not much, just a little bit. But play around with not just the regular colors, but grab some permatex too. I think it's wonderful that John has also included the permatex series. Thank you
I
so
agree.
much.
Thank you, Gabriel. That's awesome. Neat.
And you can also go in and do some little details. Like if I want to, later on, just maybe we got this little happy dog right here. And maybe we can make him a hipster dog with that little brighter handkerchief around his neck. And now I can just, those little things I didn't do plein air, I can do now just these last little details in my painting in the studio. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Well, those are a lot of really awesome ideas and ways to hold them. I appreciate all of your input today. Do any of you have any questions, or would you like to ask anybody any questions?
I want to know if you're going to put out a sticker set to label the cases. I've been asking this one for a while.
Yeah, those are great ideas. I will talk to marketing about that. That's Catherine. I'll talk to marketing about that.
Yeah, because that also, if all of the colors are on one sticker page, that gives you a reason to know which ones you're missing and collect more.
John, would there be a dot card for the sticks, or would they just be the same as the regular dot cards?
Same as the regular dot card, because it's going to look just like the same. In fact, when you see the dot cards, let me see if I can show this speaker. When you see the dot card, it's really, we just get a tube of paint and we touch it really quickly to the paper, and that creates the dot.
Right.
So you would see the same with the stick, same colors, because it's the same pigment. And now you're just adding the kind of water that you want.
Right.
So they're the.
You basically just need the brochure.
Yes. So with the sticks, because they have less water, when it comes to colors that have mica in them, for example, it could be with the iridescent electric blue, some of the permatex, you want to wake them up a little bit, either squirt them, spray them, and let, because the mica can pack really tight sometimes, depending on how dry it gets, but it'll loosen up very quickly. But synthetics, they just, they re-wet instantaneously, as the brand ambassadors were saying. That's really coming out nice, Angela.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you like these flowers? A bouquet for you.
Yeah.
And that's and some of these are, especially the lavender, is used directly from the stick.
I see that. I like that.
It is. It's so powerful, and it is. Yeah, it has someone was commenting that there is some red in it. It's a lovely, lovely blue. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's our cameras playing tricks, and I see that Buffy's using her stick wrap.
Yeah, nice. I want to get one of those. Is that a Jackson's in England?
I think so.
Yes, it's called a Jackson's marker pin roll, and it even has a little logo.
Very clever. Well, thank you everybody for showing your work. I appreciate that. I was asked questions at the one of the watercolor societies. Well, am I supposed to draw with it? And I go through well, you can if you like, but you can paint off the tip of it. You can put it as a pen. You can do wet into wet. It's really a very versatile way to have your color. So I appreciate all of you showing the different ways. All right, yes.
You're most welcome, John. You've given us such a wonderful tool that it's just fabulous to be able to share how brilliant they are with all the people that come on board to watch our weekly sessions.
Absolutely, Caroline, you're absolutely right. John has come up with such brilliant idea, because the sticks are so convenient. It has so many options, so many ways we are using this thing, which each and every person is using this particular sticks. It's a great, and the best part is it's so fast, it's soluble with water. That's the biggest advantage, I found in the sticks.
Oh,
yeah, same.
I think for me that it's fun for us as a company to create colors. What really kind of knocks my socks off is how you use them. So kind of back at you. Thank you so very much for using them. I love looking at your artwork, hearing how you use them. If there's something else that we can do, love to hear that. Thank you very, very much, all of you. So with that, I hope you can be with us tomorrow or next week. Weather's changing here in Seattle. So thank you for joining today. And thank you all brand ambassadors for showing your work. Thank you, Anna. I see your work. You want to show it real quick?
Oh,
Ah,
You want to show it real quick?
Thank you. Yeah, I just a little practice of what they were saying, Caroline, she was saying about putting the stick directly in the paper, and then Basnik saying about putting it on wet and drawing it like that. So I was doing, because I don't use them enough, and I only have 3 sticks, but it's lovely to experiment a little bit with those. So thank you for the ideas, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
beautiful.
Very nice.
And where's
Just
Buffy's?
practice.
Buffy,
Yes,
what
and all
did
the
you
ideas. Thank you.
Anna, where do you live?
I'm in
where
Donostia,
do you
San
live?
Sebastian in Spain.
No, where do you live?
Oh, live Donostia, San Sebastian in Spain.
Ah, San Sebastián. Okay.
Sí, yes, sí, aquí mismo.
Okay. lovely.
Yes, and but
Nice
thank
part of the
you.
world.
Oh,
Oh,
Caroline? Yeah.
Caroline, let's see that.
Oh, wow.
I've been exploring my color set. So I've been
Oh,
doing different artworks using the whole group of colors versus artworks that only use some of the colors. So this is another one that uses the whole group of colors.
they're
So
beautiful.
this is why I call
Nice.
it
Very
the aquatic
beautiful.
landscape set. But what's interesting is if you change the color group,
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Wow.
I'm still using all the colors, but predominantly I've used
Nice.
Quin Gold and Neutral Tint. So
That's
quite different in all the different ones, or complete seascapes because
That's
it's
cool.
aquatic landscapes, of course.
That's
Like
awesome.
quite different.
Amazing.
And there's one that I didn't realize because I chose these colors. Just came back from Italy as my piece from Fabriano in Acquarello. It's shining on you because of it's still in a wrapper, but that's exactly this color group again. So it's a diverse group of colors that I find I can just do so many things with.
uh-huh.
love it.
Wow.
And
Fabulous.
still, even though they're all in the same palette, the paintings are all really, really different. So mixing the colors is something that is really cool with the sticks as well, because one set of colors that each of us have put together translate into many more colors by just having the group of 5, by mixing them together.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Something that I've done for the mixing is to actually create a little book which actually looks at the color and then looks how that color mixes with other colors, and looking at different artworks that I have been able to achieve with this color group.
My
And
favorites are
so-
all submarine subjects.
Yes, they're all marine sort of things. That's what I do. And it's interesting how I've been using this color group for so many years. I started to look back on my older work and I found so many paintings that I've used this color group with. So I'm really excited to see my color choices came alive, and why they did is predominantly because I've been using them for years and years, this group of colors. But
Caroline, what are your
explore that as-
colors?
That's incredible,
my
Caroline.
colours are cobalt teal blue, phthalo turquoise, carbazole violet, neutral tint, and quinacridone gold.
What was the next to the last one?
Quinacridone gold.
The one before that, the next to the last.
Neutral tint.
Neutral.
Neutral
Neutral.
Tinte. Yes.
Neutral tint, it should be in everybody's box because it's such an amazing versatile color, and it mixes so amazingly with other colors to tonally deepen them, while still bringing the other color you're mixing it with. If I mix it with red, I'll get a darker red. If I mix it with blue, I'll get a darker blue, etc. It's only if you mix it with yellows you get greens. But otherwise, neutral tint is the most amazing versatile color that every artist needs to have in their sets.
Your work is beautiful. Oh,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Beautiful,
Very.
Caroline.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Caroline,
are we
thank
gonna
you
get to
very
see
much.
Giovani's marbles?
I love Giovani's marbles.
Yeah,
You
we're
should
gonna
see the
see
big
them.
ones he's done of them.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice, Gio.
Fabulous.
So beautiful.
Very fast.
Giovanni, you did that just now?
Yeah,
Gosh.
that's so nice, Gio. So,
That's super fast for you. My God.
Wow.
That's
It's amazing.
Bravo.
Nice.
It's very fabulous for me because it's with the sticks I have a direct intensive color.
mm.
Very
Amazing.
very helping me. Thank you, John, because changing
you're
my
welcome.
way of painting.
Thanks
Fantastic.
everybody showing their way of using, and especially Buffy and all, Basnik, those are the, eye opener for all of us. I mean, we can use similar sort of way. We can hold it like this way. Beautiful. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you
The
too, Rajat.
master.
Thanks to
Rajat,
everyone.
you're the master of holding sticks. No wonder.
But they have shown there are many other ways.
Yes, but you're the one.
Thank you.
Man
Yeah, it's
only.
more easier from now
The
on.
famous
Rajat.
stick holder.
Yes, the first prize.
Yeah. The award goes
Yes.
to Rajat.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody,
Fantastic.
thank you for joining today. Thank you for showing your artwork. Thank you for showing your method. Very highly appreciative of that. See you all either tomorrow or next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Right.
John, we'll have.
Okay.
Thank you,
Buffy.
John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Thank you, John.
See you.
Thank you,
Fantastic.
John.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you.
John.